okay. You got me there, huh? Honey, who hurt you? Okay, now I think I understand. So it's not that y'all don't like American women, it's because y'all are tired of black American women. Oh, the truth comes out. So you're bitter because you are intimidated by the black woman. We have raised our standards so high because we finally know our worth, and ooh, that makes you so mad, doesn't it? Ooh.
Hey, yo, y ahí, preta y hermano, yo, black men, listen, if you see what's on the screen right now, listen, nobody wants to deal with a miserable, insufferable American black John. Listen, let's keep it a stack. No one's going, well, hold on. Let me not say no one. 65% simp, 25% Glocktavius Tyrone. They go out their way to deal with them. Now, 10%, listen, you're doing your own thing. 10%, you grabbing your passport. 10%, you're moving across country. You're moving 1,500 miles away. Now, I will say this, right? If you look at the passport bro content, because that's who she was talking about in the video, you know, like there was a caption at the bottom that mentioned the passport bros. But if you look at the guy's comment, he said no one wants to deal with insufferable American black John. Now let's keep it a stack. I've talked about this so many times, but I'll say it again. Black people make up 14% of the population in America. Of that 14%, right, when you look at it on a grand total scale, 55% of black people within the country live in the South. Now, I think it's what, 40, 42, 43 million black people in the United States, and 55% of the 42 million live in the South. So that's easily what, 25 million, 26 million black people who are living in the South compared to the Northeast and the West Coast and the Midwest, right? So when you see black men who really talk about, you know, dealing with black women, see, okay, I'll say this much, right? Guys from areas outside of the South talk about black women from one perspective. Guys from the South talk about them from another perspective, which is usually the simp perspective. Now, when it comes to the passport bro thing, what I've noticed is that the majority of black men who are really overseas doing their thing, let's keep it a stack. These black men are from southern states. You feel me? These black men are from southern states. So when the guy in the comments talking about insufferable, miserable American black John, listen, the majority of dudes are running away from the South. Guys talk about some, oh well, people used to talk about Southern hospitality. Oh, she's what they call that joint, man, a Southern Belle. She's soft, you know. Listen, whatever guys talk about, I really don't even know. But the days of Netflix and chill is over. The days of fried chicken and beer, that's over. The days of laying up, smashing a big booty joint from the South, that's over. That's done and over with. You dudes are getting scraps. And she mentioned something about being bitter. Listen, I can guarantee you, black men aren't bitter. And if they are bitter, let me tell you why. See, you and I can speak from personal experience. Was I bitter for a little minute? I was, right? See, what makes you bitter is the fact that they're playing a game that you weren't equipped for. They're playing a game that you weren't even trying to play. They're playing a game that only they designed, right? And the sooner you figure it out, you're going to sit back and think, damn, why was I trying so hard? Why was I, you know what I'm saying? Why was I? Listen, that's why I feel so bad for dudes. Because again, most dudes don't realize the game with them is to starve you out, put you on the back burner. The majority of black men, you're supposed to listen. There's a reason why I keep talking about 65% simp. In their mind, 75%, I'm sorry, 10% doesn't exist, right? They believe there is 75% simp black men out here waiting for me after I'm done with Tyrone. You feel me? After I'm done with Tyrone. She's talking about who hurt you. Black women. Black women. Most you dudes, you grew up with your moms and your moms talked down to you, treated you bad, all types of stuff, man. You didn't have no dad in the house. A lot of you dudes, man, listen, you grew up going to school with a whole bunch of Keishas, and all you saw was Keisha behave in ways that you just couldn't explain. You couldn't fathom it. You just couldn't put what you saw physically into words. See, until you guys came across my channel, you didn't really know how to articulate what you're thinking, right? Because again, I was that same way at one point. Then I figured out, wait, hold on. Now I really understand how to articulate this. Now I really understand the words that mean certain things to really give people a proper example about what's going on, to really break down what's going on a science level, to really break things down on a science level, to really break things down on how guys are playing this game within society that you're not going to win. Again, she talked about who hurt you. Let's keep it a stack, black man. What that do with hair? Nigga, do your hair. That's who hurt you. That's what I said was black women. That's who hurt you. Let's keep it a stack. Like I said, the passport bros, I'm not saying it's not guys from different parts of the country. I'm just saying a large percentage of the guys trying to get away just so happens to be from the South. And when these guys get away, hold on, they're not go. Listen, this is how bad it is. If these brothers are going overseas, putting their passport into effect, how do you think black men feel when they leave the South and they move up north or they move to the West Coast? These dudes feel like new people. These dudes feel like new people. You realize, yo, I can shed all of that dark energy that was on me. Because again, when you are around them and you see how they choose Glock, I'm telling you, most dudes do this. Thug maxing. Most guys thug max. Black men. Most black men thug max. It's only a few black men who don't do it. Again, you don't have to go to the fullest extreme about kicking in somebody's front door, you putting guns to dudes' heads and all that. You can thug max to the lower level of just trying to change your image. You went and got the tattoos, you got the gold front, you got the locks. You feel me? You went and put yourself in debt for a 392 scat pack, and you feel me? That's what guys are really doing it for. And again, that female was talking about how black men are mad. She's talking about 10% because simps and Glocktavius, they still going for him. They're talking about 10%. They're saying how 10% we're mad that black women has raised their standards. To who? To who? When you listen to most black women talk, they listen. First of all, black women want things in a way where if she's dealing with a black man, hold on, that black man can't make more money than her. That black man can't be smarter than her because why? She's not gonna have any leverage. She's not gonna have any power unless that dude is just desperate for box. You feel me? But most times, black women are in control of the relationship. So how many men are they in control of who are actually worth something? Again, a dude who has his body intact, money intact, career intact. Again, pretty much the complete package. He's the complete package. How many black men do black women have control over it within a relationship, marriage or boyfriend and girlfriend, where this guy is a complete package? All they deal with is Glocktavius and Tyrone. You feel me? Either he is some thugged out criminal. Like, that's the guys who they deal with. You feel me? And they tell you, oh, he's better than you. Yo, how is he better than me? You either dealing with a tall bum or you're dealing with a criminal in some shape, form, or fashion. But yet you're mad that black women up their standards. Standards to what? Who are you guys dealing with that fit your standards so much? Because you're not getting NFL players, you're not getting NBA players. Listen, it's funny how they compare themselves to, these celebrities, but 85, no, matter of fact, 90% of black women will never meet a Russell Wilson, a guy who they believe is attractive, willing to be a stepdad. He's tall, he has money, he has career, he has the status, and he wants to be a stepdad. Again, Sierra is a celebrity, so that's the only thing playing in her part, right? That's the only thing that you can factor in that's actually making Russell choose her over anybody else. You feel me? So the fact that she believes that they're upping their standard, no. Your standard is the bottom. That's why globally you're at the bottom. That's why in America you're at the bottom. And just because you got some simps that want to keep on trying, listen, those simps lose every time. It's something called pattern recognition, black men. I think it's time you guys learn on how to spot that. I think it's time you guys learn on how to detect that because I'm tired of seeing dudes lose. More guys, listen, some of you never left your city, you never left your county, you never left your borough, you never left your state. You feel me? For some of you dudes who are living deep in South Carolina, deep in Georgia, listen, how about you move to like DC, Maryland? You feel me? Go to Delaware. How about some of you dudes who are out there in Texas? Some of you guys out there in Florida, Georgia, listen, how about you dudes? Yo, pack your bags, go to Nevada, go to Oregon, go to Seattle, go to LA, go to Phoenix, go to San Diego, go to Frisco. You feel me? You have options. You don't gotta be stuck. You don't have to be stuck. You feel me? And let's keep it a stack. Once you get a taste of something different, the fact that you actually get what you thought, listen, hold on, forget what you thought. You're getting something that when it came to them, you had to jump through hoops, flaming hoops, landing on quicksand. And then you got to find your way out of the quicksand. Listen, black men, they had you tight roping across shark infested waters. You feel me? They had you tightrope walking across the Niagara Falls. Listen, black men, they had you doing the most just to receive the least. This is why, listen, yo, black men who do date non-black women, these dudes not going back. Because you realize I'm getting something that I thought was like the max. You feel me? You thought what you was getting before with them was the ceiling. When you realize what you get with these other chicks is the bare minimum. Because why? Their men require a standard. I'm not saying America can't poison and taint those same females, but guess what? Those men require a standard look and behavior and treatment. Because guess what? He can just pack his bags and bounce because there's an abundance of females within these other groups that's available that fit the standard. When it comes to them, listen, most of them, let's keep it a stack. Some of you simps, I know you're gonna simp hard. 10%, I already know. Listen, dude, when you keep it a stack with yourself, listen, most of them don't fit the standard. Most of them. I didn't say all, but most of them don't. Then when you look at the few who's left over, honestly, you don't even have access to those joints. You don't even have access to those joints. So let's keep it a stack. A lot of you dudes, you better off just again going over the fence, finding what you want because why? What you want is in abundance. Why do you think black men behave the way they behave? Because they're operating from a scarcity mindset. They're operating from a scarcity mindset. I've been told you dudes for the longest. Black men have been starved out. Some guys are going 3, 6, 12, 24, 48 months, no action. Some dudes are willing to take anything. Guys call Lizzo a 7. If Lizzo is a 7, can you imagine the black women, again, based off of my standard? Let's use my standard for example. If Lizzo is a 7, could you imagine what these same black men will probably treat and rate black women who are childless, right? Natural hair, no body enhancements, right? She is not obese and she's not overweight. She has a gym body, slim thick, right? At least a 7 out of 10, a real 7. If Lizzo is a 7, let's see what a real 7 look like. Again, not covered in tattoos and piercings. Just those 4 things. If Lizzo is a 7, my God. Listen, the female I just named has to be a goddess from heaven right now. Something you read out of a Greek mythology book, man. That's Freya. You feel me? That's broke my scale right there, man. Listen, that's you guys remember back in the day, the Woman Crush Wednesday. I'm taking you back right there. Listen, that's who guys used to post on the Woman Crush Wednesday, man. You dudes are not getting that. You feel me? You dudes are not getting that. It made me think about the one shorty who I posted as a Woman Crush Wednesday back in high school. I'm like, yo, listen, dudes are not getting that. Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. Nowhere, son. No blood clot away, son. You know, man. No blood clot away, man. You know. Listen, black men, you dudes, listen, it's time to step it up. Pack your bags, get your money up, not your funny up, get your passport. Listen, you have options. Anyways, I'm out. Peace.